Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English podcast with Zico. How are you today? Today, I am here with Sarah, and today we are going to talk about master these 9 verbs and speak English fluently.
Hello, everyone. I am very happy to be here today. Let's start our conversation.
How are you doing today, Sarah?
I am doing very well, Zico. How are you?
I am great, thank you. Did you have a good morning?
Yes, I did. I went to the coffee shop earlier today.
Oh, really? I love going to the coffee shop.
Me too. While I was there, I was thinking about our topic for today.
What were you thinking about?
I was watching the people around me.
That sounds interesting. What were they doing?
They were ordering coffee, asking for help, and talking on their phones.
That sounds like a normal morning.
Yes, but I noticed something very interesting.
What did you notice?
Every person was using the same small group of verbs.
Wait, really? Just a few words?
Exactly, just 9 verbs.
Wow, only 9 verbs?
Yes, if you know these 9 verbs well, you can talk in almost any daily conversation.
That sounds too easy.
I know, right? But it is true.
I am so ready to learn these verbs today.
Me too. Let's teach our listeners these essential verbs.
Before we start, I want to say something to our listeners.
Of course, go ahead, Zico.
If you are enjoying this conversation, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell.
It really helps our channel grow.
Okay, let's start with the first verb.
What is verb number 1?
We are starting with the king of all verbs.
The king. What is it?
The verb is get.
Oh, get. I use that word a lot.
Yes, but it is very flexible.
What do you mean by flexible?
It means it has many different meanings.
Can you give me an example?
Yes, it can mean receive, understand, obtain, or become.
Wow, one word means all of those things?
Yes, for example, if you say, I get it, that means I understand.
That is a useful sentence.
Yes, many people use it every day.
Let's give another example.
Great idea. You can say, she is getting better.
What does that mean?
It means she is becoming better.
I agree. It is much easier to say I got a message instead of I received a message.
Exactly. It sounds much more natural.
That is true. What is verb number 2?
Verb number 2 is make.
Make. Like make a sandwich?
Yes, exactly. But it is used for lots of things.
Like what?
You can make a decision, make a plan, or make a mistake.
Oh, I see. So it's about creating things.
Yes, you can even create feelings like make someone happy.
That sounds beautiful.
I have a helpful tip for our listeners.
What is the tip?
In English, we say make a mistake.
Do people sometimes say it wrong?
Yes, many beginners say do a mistake.
Oh, really? I used to say do a mistake when I was a beginner.
That is very common, but the correct way is make a mistake.
That is very good to know. Are you ready for verb number 4?
Yes, I am. What is it? Verb number 4 is have.
Have, like have a coffee?
Yes, or have a meeting.
That sounds easy.
It is, but you can also say have a look or have fun.
Wait, have a look? What does that mean?
It just means to look at something.
Why don't we just say look?
Saying have a look sounds more polite and relaxed.
That sounds interesting. Tone is very important in English.
It really is. Have is also important for talking about the past.
Like, I have finished?
Yes, exactly. You cannot skip this verb.
We're almost halfway done. What is verb number 5?
Number 5 is a big one. It's take.
Take. Let me think of an example.
Okay, try to guess one.
Take a shower?
Yes. Also, take a break or take a photo.
What is the main meaning of take?
It's about choosing to do something actively or receiving something.
Wait, earlier you said have a break.
Yes, I did.
Is take a break different from have a break?
That's a great question. They are very similar.
Which one should I use?
You can use both in casual conversation.
Oh, that's good.
But take a break sounds like you are actively deciding to step away.
And have a break sounds like you're just enjoying the break.
Exactly. That's a great way to think about it.
I love learning these small details.
You're doing great, Zico.
Thank you. What is number 6?
Number 6 is come.
Come, like come here?
Yes, but come does a lot of work in English.
What else does it do?
You can say come back or come on.
Oh, those are phrasal verbs, right?
Yes, come is a very popular base word for phrasal verbs.
Can you teach us a phrasal verb of come?
Sure, let's learn come across.
Come across. What does that mean?
It means to find something by accident.
Can you give me a sentence?
Sure, you can say, I came across a great book today.
So you are not walking across anything.
No, not literally. You just found the book by accident.
That is a very good phrase to know.
Okay, let's move to verb number 7.
What is number 7?
It is the best friend of come. The verb is go.
Come and go. That makes sense.
Yes, go is usually about movement.
Like go to work or go home.
Yes, but it also talks about change.
Change? Like what?
Like things went wrong or the milk has gone bad.
Wait, gone bad? So we can use go for food?
Yes, if bread went bad, it means it is not good to eat anymore.
Wow, I always thought go was only for moving.
That is the magic of learning verbs deeply.
That is true. I am learning so much today.
Let's ask our listeners a question.
Great idea.
Listeners, which of these verbs do you use the most every day?
Please write your answer in the comments. We love reading your comments.
Okay, are you ready for number 8?
Yes, let's do it. What is number 8?
Number 8 is know.
K-N-O-W. No.
Yes, like I know the answer or I know her.
That seems very easy.
It is simple, but there is an important rule.
What is the rule?
We do not use the ing form with know.
Oh, really?
Yes, we say I know, but we never say I am knowing.
So I cannot say I am knowing you.
No, that is incorrect. You just say I know you.
That is a very useful rule.
Yes, many beginners make that mistake.
I think I have made that mistake before.
It's okay, now you know the rule.
Okay, what is the last verb, number 9?
Number 9 is maybe the most powerful verb. It is need.
Need, like I need help.
Yes, need shows that something is very important or urgent.
Can you explain more?
Yes, if you say you need to practice, it has a strong feeling.
I see, it sounds serious.
It does, but it's also a very human verb. It shows that you care.
How does it show that you care?
If you say you need to rest, it sounds much softer and kinder than rest now.
Oh, wow. So need shows emotion too?
Yes, and when you ask, do you need help, it shows you care about the person.
I love that. Need is a human verb.
Yes, it is.
We finished all 9 verbs. That was amazing.
It really is amazing how much you can say with just 9 verbs.
Let's quickly remember all 9 verbs for our listeners.
Good idea. The verbs are get, make, do, have, take, come, go, know, and need.
That is a great list. These words are like an emergency English toolkit.
Yes, always ready and always useful.
Listeners, which verb is the most confusing for you?
Please write your answer in the comments below.
Also, try a challenge today. Pick one verb and try to notice it everywhere.
Yes, see how many times you hear it in 24 hours.
That sounds like a fun game.
It is. Language learning should be simple and fun. Start simple, go deep, and stay consistent.
Start simple, go deep, stay consistent. I will write that on my wall.
Please do.
Today was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed our conversation today.
Thank you everyone for listening. Remember, your English is getting better every single day.
See you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.